footsteps of my wife and daughter returning upstairs. Fuck, I say under my breath. Not doing well. Yang's a piece of crap and I just destroyed his back panel. God knows how much those cost. I get out my cell and call Brothers and Sisters, Inc. for help. When we adopted Mika 3 years ago, it seemed like the progressive thing to do. We considered it our one small strike against cloning. Kira and I are both white, middle class, and have lived an easy and privileged life. We figured it was time to give something back to the world. It was Kira who suggested she be Chinese. The earthquake had left thousands of orphans in its wake, Mika among them. It was hard not to agree. My main concern, when I voiced to Kira privately and quite vocally to the adoption agency during our interview, was the cultural differences. The most I knew about China came from the photos and learn Chinese translations on the placemats at Golden Dragon. The adoption agency suggested purchasing Yang. He's a big brother, babysitter, and storehouse of cultural knowledge all in one, the woman explained. She handed us a colorful pamphlet. China, it announced in red dragon-shaped letters, and said we should consider. We considered. Kira was putting in 40 hours a week at Crate and Barrel, and I was still managing double shifts at Whole Foods. It was true, we were going to need someone to take care of Mika, and there was no way we were going to use some clone from the neighborhood. Kira and I weren't egocentric enough to consider ourselves worth replicating, nor did we want our neighbors' perfect kids making our daughter feel insecure. In addition, Yang came with a breadth of cultural knowledge that Kira and I could never match. He was programmed with grades K through college and had an in-depth understanding of national Chinese holidays like flag-raising ceremonies and ghost festivals. He knew about mooncakes and sky lanterns. For 200 more, we could upgrade to a model that would teach Mika Tai Chi and acupressure when she got older. I thought about it. I could learn Mandarin, I said as we lay in bed that night. Come on, Kira said. There's no fucking way that's happening. So I squeezed her hand and said, Okay, it'll be 2 kids then. He came to us fully programmed. There wasn't a baseball game, pizza slice, bicycle ride, or movie that I could introduce him to. Early on, I attempted such outings to create a sense of companionship, as though Yang were a foreign exchange student in our home. I took him to see the Tigers play in Comerica Park. He sat and ate peanuts with me, and when he saw me cheer, he followed suit and put his hands in the air, but there was no sense that he was enjoying the experience. Ultimately, these attempts at camaraderie, from visiting haunted houses to tossing a football around the backyard, felt awkward, as though Yang were humoring me, and so after a couple months, I gave up. He lived with us, ate food, privately dumped his stomach canister, brushed his teeth, read Mika goodnight stories, and went to sleep when we shut off the lights. All the same, he was an important addition to our lives. You could always count on him to keep conversation going with some fact about China that none of us knew. I remember driving with him listening to World Drum on NPR when he said from the back seat, This song utilizes the shun, an ancient Chinese instrument organized around minor third intervals. Other times he'd tell us fun facts. Like one afternoon when we'd all gotten ice cream at Old World Creamery, he turned to Mika and said, Did you know ice cream was invented in China over 4,000 years ago? His delivery of this info was a bit mechanical, a linguistic trait we attempted to keep Micah from adopting. There was a lack of passion to his statements, as though he wasn't interested in the facts. But Kira and I understood this to be the result of being an early model, and when one considered the moments when he'd turn to Mika and say, I love you, little sister, there was no way to deny what an integral part of our family he was. 20 minutes of hold time later, I'm informed that Brothers and Sisters, Inc. isn't going to replace Yang. My warranty ran out 8 months ago, which means I've got a broken Yang, and if I want telephone technical support, it's going to cost me $30 a minute now that I'm post-warranty. I hang up. Yang is still slumped with his chin on his chest.